Internet! Welcome to 2.5 Brains. This is our preview, I should say, of the Amazing Race Season 32 with my buddy B-Back. Here to say hello and here to talk about the Amazing Race as per usual. It's going to be a little bit of a weird year. It already has been. It's been a really chaotic couple months. We had to do our entire summer in like 3 weeks. So we had a lot going on. We're really behind on Masked Singer. We're trying to get that out to you guys as soon as possible. And obviously with the Amazing Race starting, we want to get at least a preview show out for you. We both will be on the show as much as possible. This time we don't live right on the corner anymore, so it's not quite as convenient. But we can still get on the show as much as possible, get his opinion. And we have him start off here with our Amazing Race preview show, pick our winner, and then kind of see what we can do to kind of get this content out on a regular basis for you guys. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe so you get all the updates. Don't miss anything. Also, you can email the show, pavementproduction@gmail.com. Tweet me directly at Yo Grab a Gabba. And like our Facebook page, facebook.com/pavementroadproductions as well. I have my buddy Bailey here as well. He just got a nice clean cut, looking very cute, right? Yes. And then while I was at work today, I actually ran into a Sabres legend. Came in and I cashed him out. It was awesome. Mr. Robert Ray.
Nice.
Yeah, came in and got some stuff at the store. It was pretty cool. So good seeing you, Rob Ray.
You didn't have to ID him like you did.
I had to.
I
had to. Yeah, it was great. But it is what it is. So before we get started, obviously keep an eye out for our Amazing Race stuff every week here. Try to do it on Thursdays or Fridays. Kind of be it as we can. There's been a lot going on with everything in the world. As much as things are shut down, we still are busy with other things we have to do. So getting ready for weddings and all this fun jazz. Also, be sure to look out for the Masked Singer stuff. We're way behind on that. We're going to get those out. Try to get them out. I think come up in a week or so. We're going to try to do a couple and get caught up and then be back on pace. So before we start, I just want to thank you for providing content and laughs and all that stuff during lockdown, and really enjoyed the Survivor, the rest of the Survivor recaps while I was locked in my basement, supposedly working. Yeah.
And just thank you for the content. Great to be back.
Awesome, indeed, and we're glad to have you back. Glad to have it somewhat normal, not quite fully yet, but we're getting there, and we're happy to be back in the swing of things a little bit, as we will. We were trying to get out even more content. It was just, again, when things were shut down, we got really busy with other things we had to do, and we still aren't quite done with all of them. And unfortunately, I have to work, which would be nice if I didn't have to, but unfortunately, it does take priority.
Sorry, I missed the baseball previews. Out of the 4 teams left, go Braves.
Yeah, I think it's probably fair. I think that's probably right. So we'll break it down here. We'll get started with our Amazing Race coverage. Kick off the season 32. So season 32 actually filmed quite a while ago. They filmed it actually before pre-COVID, pretty much right after 31. 31 was a really fun season. I thought 31 was awesome. The last couple seasons have been really great. But 31 with the reality TV stars was cool, and a couple of the Amazing Race returning teams, and they dominated. And then we had 32 was filmed, and that was ready to go. And then they started filming 32, and how CBS likes to do these things, like to have two done before they release one. Just kind of have a backup. And they had 32 done, ready to go. They started filming 33, then COVID hit, and they had to shove everything down and send everybody home.
And they gave Phil tough as nails.
So we will hopefully they get 33 filmed again. Hopefully, but I wouldn't expect it right away. Survivor still can't film. Other parts of the world are still not as good. I mean, we got California, still shut down. They're still getting some content out, out of LA, but overall, it's still we're still holding on, and just, at least we have some sports to watch, I guess. That's kind of why Justin and I want to do the baseball preview, just because it's something that we can do and talk about, and we both have some knowledge of it, if not a ton, based on our pick. So I want to go ahead and at least get that out, and hopefully we can do some more in the next few weeks. And we have our shows back, so we can talk about them, and then also maybe some more stuff. If you guys really want to talk about other stuff, we'll do that too. Maybe Walking Dead, maybe if once Survivor comes back, we can definitely get back on that like normal. And anything else you want us to talk about, let us know, and we'll see what we can squeeze in our schedule. Hopefully, get back on that normal schedule. And I said, if you want to just subscribe and get a ton of and send us money or something, I don't have to work. It'd be great. I'll just give you content all day.
He's getting married, people.
Yes, we need that. So I unfortunately I would love to not have to work and just give you guys content all day. That'd be awesome. But in any event, let's go ahead and dive in here to the Amazing Race stuff. Be back. Give us a little bit of your history on the Amazing Race before we go into too much further. I know this is I think your second or third season recording with us, but give us your feedback on the Amazing Race and what you know.
Really glad it's back. Just only disappointment and curveball they threw this season is Wednesday. It's on Wednesday at 9 a.m. instead of 8, right after Big Brother, and did a brief preview of the teams, and certainly just looking forward to, like you said, going somewhat back to normal. It'll be interesting interesting to see what they pulled off before everything stopped. But just really glad it's coming back, and it's probably now my, I want to say, 5th or 6th season watching live, second or third with going with you, and yep.
Awesome. So I said I've been watching mostly. For the last 15 years, pretty much. I've been watching. I haven't really missed a season, but I didn't watch the very beginning. I didn't watch all of it throughout. I missed a couple seasons here and there, but for the most part, I've been pretty consistently watching for the last while, for sure. It's not it's one of those shows where it's like it's just it doesn't take a lot of strategy. It doesn't take a lot of anything really. You can just kind of watch it, have it on the background even, and it's nice. You get to see some nice scenery, get some cool challenges, and you can just kind of not really have to think too much.
Basically, I got turned on to it because of you.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Cool.
But it's still not. It's a tinge below Survivor for me.
For sure. It's one of those things where if you don't want to have to put a lot of thought into it, it's not one of those ones that's going to really tease your brain a lot. You just kind of can watch it and enjoy. Where Survivor is a lot more strategy and that kind of stuff that goes into it. But either way, it's cool to have it. Good to have it back. At least to have some sort of normalcy, I guess you can say. And I'm excited to see what the season brings. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. We'll start with our first teams, and those will be our pro volleyball players.
Pro volleyball players Riley and Madison.
Yes, Riley and Madison. So 2 guys, pro volleyball players. They are from Hawaii, it looks like. And tell me a little bit about them see, they did this one a little bit weird. They did them each separately instead of as a team. I don't really like that. But what do you think about accomplishment running the Amazing Race?
They are I'm gonna spoil this for you early. They are my winner pick.
Awesome. I like it. What do you think about these guys? Tell me a little about them. What do you think? How do you think they're going to do? Obviously, think they're going to win, but what do you see in them? What do you like?
Just because they got that athletic look, and they seem to bond together really well, and I'm partial to the facial hair.
Oh, for sure.
Obviously, so just that young athletic look, and just that young athletic look, and they don't seem to get rattled. It could be they could maybe get into some arguments, but I don't see it hampering them too much.
For sure, both very competitive, very athletic. And I think they're actually brothers, McKibben. Because it says Riley McKibben and Madison McKibben. Yeah, so I think they're actually brothers as well as professional athletes, which I guess explains the beards. But yeah, they are. I can see them. They play professional volleyball together, so they're used to high stress situations together. They're both athletic. There's not going to be really any challenges that are really going to hold them back. They're also not like super huge, right? Like we've seen those teams in the past where it's like just muscle on top of muscle, and then they have to do something where they're dancing.
Which we'll get to later.
Yeah, for sure. And and those are kind of like those teams sometimes they can't do the finesse stuff or the singing or dancing stuff, and they're just like because they're too huge. These guys were my top three for sure. Were pick, no doubt. I'm not really sure kind of what to make of them, but I think they definitely have the upside. Is one of the things, right? I think they're related. They play sports together all the time, so they're not going to be anybody to get too rattled. I can see them being a little bit too cool for school.
Butthead, and maybe Butthead's a little.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're
just because of that competitiveness.
For sure. And I feel like neither one was really going to want to be like, listen to the other one. I think they're both want to be like, no, we're doing this, and we're doing this, and both going to run in the opposite direction as fast as they can until one of them, realizes they're wrong. So I could see, but I could definitely see them going far for sure. I see them having a lot of the upside, no doubt. Any other thing on Riley and Madison?
No.
All right, let's move on to Will and James, boyfriends.
Ew.
Will Jardel and James Wallington. Is that? Is that where's Wally? I'm pretty sure I follow him on Twitter. I feel like I do. James Wallington. Yeah, he did a Survivor recap show on Maria Menounos' channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him. James Wallington, right? His Twitter handle is that where's Wally? I'm pretty sure that's him. He did a Survivor recap show on AfterBuzz TV, which was Maria Menounos' network. I swear that's him. I could be wrong, but I swear that's him. So that's interesting. That's really cool. I didn't know that. He's been a huge fan of Survivor and Amazing Race for his whole life, and he's getting the opportunity. Tell me about them. They're let's say from Texas, and they're boyfriends. Oh, actually, James is from Grand Rapids.
James is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's an event coordinator and social media manager.
Mm-hmm. And then the other one there, Will.
Dance teacher and public health specialist.
Yeah, need him this time of day, huh? So those guys, I don't know if you can see the picture there, but that's Wallington and James and Will and Wally, because James Wallington. Interesting. That's I just learned this for the first time. That's cool. I follow him on Twitter. So, how do you think these guys are gonna do?
Not too well.
Okay.
Just they're dating, so just the potential to butt heads a little bit, and
not an established relationship necessarily, right? I think they do give me a little bit of Tyler and Corey, a little bit, but
okay. I could see that.
But yeah, like I said, I really want James to do well. Somebody who I've known before he was on the show, not known, but somebody whatever. So it's cool. I'd like to see him do well. I think they have. I don't think they're quite gonna be the same caliber as Tyler and Corey, but they do have a lot of those weird skills. Like Tyler and Corey. I remember Tyler and Corey. They were at everything that they did.
And it seemed like they were good at everything.
Everything, right? Every challenge they had, they knew somebody who did it, or they did it themselves, or their cousin taught them how to do it for some reason.
And they finished near the top
every time, right? And these guys, I feel like they have a lot of weird, quirky skills that could help them. I don't know if they have the physicality. They seem kind of nerdy, which is fine. So I get it, but it'd be cool to see. It'll be cool to see what they come up with, for sure. Any other thoughts on Will and James? All right, so next let's go ahead and talk about the former NFL stars Gary and D'Angelo.
We have Gary Barnidge, who was a center for the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns. Mm-hmm. Didn't know he played for the Panthers. But he was an offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. 34.
Yep.
And D'Angelo Williams, former running back for the Panthers and Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So these are the guys that too macho. I think they're gonna butt heads. Too physical. I think they're not gonna do well in like the dance challenges or solving anything like that. But I usually always root for athletes.
Me too.
But it'll be interesting.
For sure, I think it'll be cool. I mean, former athlete. I love watching the athletes. I love watching, especially guys like that who are just, and D'Angelo Williams. I know him. I had him on my fantasy team one year. Like, he's not a scrub. So that's cool. I'll say I agree. I don't see them singing.
No.
I don't see them being like. I don't see them dressing up in dresses and dancing.
Right.
I don't see it.
Right.
I see them being way too macho, but. At the same time, the athletes usually they get they can just bull rush through the first couple of challenges, and then
they get winded.
And then
or turn into your Survivor meatheads.
Oh, for sure.
And
well, you remember what they had? They remember as soon as I saw them. They remind me a lot of those NBA guys on 30.
Yep.
Those two NBA guys, and the one guy was had heart condition or whatever, lung problems or whatever, and he just couldn't keep up with the race. The race will wear you out. Even if you're a world-class athlete, it'll wear you out. Thankfully, they're not that old, or 30s, mid and late 30s. But I do see them getting. I don't think they're. Football players are great. I think if a basketball player gets worn out, football players are even more worn out. Because basketball players are used to that cardio. When the football players, I think, if they don't, how long does the football play last? 10 seconds. So they have to run hard for 10 seconds and they're done. I don't see them being able to run around the world literally. I just don't see them being able to do it. But I'd love to be proven wrong. I mean, if you remember the Battaglia brothers when they were on Amazing Race.
I mean, D'Angelo Williams, running back, sure. But Gary Barnage, former offensive lineman,
Yeah. I mean, I remember when Bates Battaglia and his brother Anthony were on Amazing Race and they won. They were two NHL players and they won. So. I mean, it's certainly possible. I mean, there's no I'm not going to rule really anybody out necessarily, but we'll see how they do. That's all I can really say at this point. One more thing I'm going to say about the at the end here about how they're casting this year. It's a little bit. I don't really like it, but we'll go on that a little later. How about Nathan and Cody?
We have best friends Nathan Washington from Dayton, Tennessee.
Yep. And let's see.
Cody Buell, 33, from Paint Lick, Kentucky.
That makes so much sense.
I love that town.
Licking paint in Tennessee or Kentucky. It looks like one of them does lick paint, so it makes sense. All right. What do you think about these two guys?
But they were in. I was considering them to win until I saw the volleyball players. Their best friends. So I'm hoping these guys do well. Just not well enough to win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these guys. I think they have. They definitely do have potential as well. They're big, strong guys. I don't know. I just don't get a great vibe off them. I don't know. I thought of them quickly as a winner pick, but I don't know. They pretty much right away seemed like they have. I don't know. Something rubs me the wrong way. I can't quite figure out what it is. I just don't see them. I don't see them pulling out.
The one licks paint.
Well, certainly that doesn't help. Unless there's a paint licking contest. They may not be all that great. Paint Lick Kentucky. That is fantastic. Anything else on these two guys?
No.
Let's move on to the married parents.
Married parents. Hung and Chi.
Tongue in cheek? What did you say?
Hung and Chi.
Oh, Hung and Chi. Okay.
We have Chile from Houston, who's I was going to read the occupation. Financial planning and analysis. Well, good for you. You have a brain.
Okay.
How's that going to work for you in the physical challenge? And Hung Wen, who's a professional development coach. Okay, what does that mean?
I really don't know.
Married parents, okay. Can deal. I don't think they're gonna do too well, but maybe they can prove me wrong. Just age and dealing with pressure from kids, but it's not the same as going all racing around the world.
Yeah, I can see them. I mean, I remember when there was Ernie and Cindy. They were parents. They weren't really old. I guess they weren't really old. And parents won last time too. I mean, they last time the parents did win, but they were just both physical specimens. I mean, like last season. I think they'll be fine. I think they have some good stuff that they can do. I think they'll definitely master a lot of the puzzles, that kind of stuff. They definitely have brains. You can definitely tell. I don't know if they'll be able to physically hold up though. I agree. I think they're definitely. I mean, compared to the size of some of the other ones, again, if they can sneak through a few, then gets a couple there in the wheelhouse, a couple challenges in their wheelhouse. We'll see. I feel like they could, if depending on which way the race goes, they could definitely be crushed by the big strong teams. So, but again, anybody can prove anybody can win this race. Move on to the next one, the sisters.
We have sisters Kaylin and Haley.
Mm-hmm. Kaylin and Haley Williams. And they are Kaylin's from.
They're from Bluffton, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Kaylin is a real estate agent. And Haley's a real estate agent. So if you're looking for a place to live in Bluffton, South Carolina,
there you go. So immediately, and now I read their job descriptions as well. There was a team, I mentioned them before. There was a team that was on a few seasons ago. There were twins, real estate agents from Miami. One was married to an NFL agent, and I think they got divorced recently. But they were they're blonde real estate agents from the South.
Okay.
I mean, that's and in case you wonder how they did, they were very, very confident. And there's them and two other teams. Both took a penalty on the first leg. Both took a penalty, and then they had to just get their clue and race to the finish line, and they lost. They got knocked out first. And I can see. I mean, we'll see. They don't really jump out to me anyway. They look like they're average people with nothing special about them, I guess. I mean, am I wrong on that, or do they seem like they're going to be like absolute juggernauts to you, or am I?
No.
Okay, so they seem like the average, second boot, or in this case, second one eliminated. They won't necessarily fall completely flat on their face, but I feel like they'll fall close to flat on their face. So again, I don't see them winning by any means. They seem like they're fine people, but I don't see them doing anything special.
No, I agree.
Cool. Let's then move on then to father and son.
Father and son, Jerry and Frank. We have Frank Emmanuel Eves, 25, luxury car sales for the occupation.
He's from Louisville, Kentucky. And then we have...
And then his father, Jerry Lee Eves, 61, host of Eve Sports Radio and athletic director, men's basketball coach at Simmons College of Kentucky. It's cool that it's father and son, but I'm not confident because of the father and being 61 years old.
For sure. I mean, again, these guys seem like, if they're both at, let's say they're both 35.
Exactly.
They dominate this race and they win.
You beat me to it.
For sure. I mean, if the one guy has a little more experience and the other one's a little bit younger, they dominate this race, no doubt. I mean, they did initially give me the upside of the last All-Star season they had. That was all Stars. Was Second Chance is where it was, with the father-son team that won that one. That team, the guy got hurt the first time, and they came back second time. They stayed healthy and they won. They dominated. They were great. These guys seem like they could be just like that. I think this guy's a little bit older than the father was on that father-son team. But I feel like they both, the father's still, he seems like he's still in real good shape. But again, real good shape to normal humans and real good shape to the Amazing Race is two very different things. But what do you think?
I agree.
So, and obviously there's the...
I was getting good vibes of them until I read 61.
Yeah, I mean, they seem like they... I mean, stranger things have happened for sure. I can see them doing well. I can see, but I just feel like it's going to eventually catch up to them, with the ones inexperienced and ones age.
I feel like they might be on it for just an adventure. I mean, it's cool that it's father and son, but maybe if the son was with somebody else,
for sure,
younger, his age or even in little younger, like his 30s.
Yeah,
I'd be more confident.
Well, if you remember, there's a Kentucky team. That's actually that same season when that father son team won. There was Mark and Bopper. I remember them from Kentucky. And the one guy had like a condition. He got all the way to the starting line and had something come up, so he had to bow out. So they had Mallory Irvin from another season come in and run the race with Bopper. And that was kind of a similar situation where the guy was just got there and was a little bit physically couldn't quite do it. I think if the father was, say, 15 years younger, I think they dominate for sure. Even if it's even 20 years younger, and then with the son also being a little bit older too, with a little more life experience. I think the prime age, if you're in great physical shape, the prime age to run the Amazing Race is like 30 to 45. If you have the life experience, you know enough stuff, and physically fit. What do you think?
I'd maybe go a bit younger than that.
Okay.
I'd say late 20s.
Sure.
27, 28.
I mean, I think
to 45.
Yeah, I think
for sure.
A couple that won last year, I think were 40 maybe around there. Christy and the couple that won last one. Names gave me the one, but yeah, they're I think they're on that early 40s, late 30s age, and
right.
but they're just yogi and fit and all that. So we'll see. I would love to see them do well. It'd be cool. An older guy kicking some butt would be great, kicking the young guy's butt. But I don't know. We'll see. Next, let's move on to the siblings.
The siblings, Aparna and Eswar.
Okay.
Aparna.
Sure.
Dinakran, 26, from Berkeley, an engineer and entrepreneur.
Okay.
That's cool. And then Eswar is 24 from Fremont. There's a software engineer and entrepreneur.
Okay.
That's cool, but I wouldn't run the Amazing Race with my sister.
Oh, that's definitely true. Definitely true. It's that's the one drawback to this team for sure. I think they seem physically fit. They seem smart. Obviously, computer and all that stuff. And they all, like I said, are both in good shape as well. The couples who do well in the show, though, are the ones who simply get along the best. Really. I mean, you have to be physically fit through the challenges. You have to, be smart enough to do stuff. You have to have, the all that stuff, the stamina. But ultimately, it comes down to who gets along the best. Colin and Chrissy last season.
Yep.
They, the first time they went, Colin flipped out and was angry all the time. This time they were calm, cool, and they hung out and they were cool, right? They didn't flip out and didn't get any fights, and that's why they won. They're physically in great shape as well. But the bottom line is, yeah, they did what they needed to do, and they stayed calm and they didn't argue, and that's really who wins the race. How do you think these guys are gonna do?
I think they'll do okay, but like I said before, I wouldn't necessarily run the Amazing Race with my sister. We butt heads too much, and definitely I'm guessing a middle of the pack type team.
For sure, I can see it. I said it. I can see them winning. The only problem, of course, is that they're siblings. That's always an issue. Let's move on to the dating couple.
Dating, Alana and Leo. Alana, Folsom, 29, Somersville, Massachusetts. Internet communications associate at the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard. Jesus, what's with all these smart people?
Right, exactly.
And Leo Brown, 31, senior healthcare data analyst.
Don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's important. This is your nerd team.
Yes.
Okay. And how do you feel they're going to do?
I was getting good vibes about them. They kind of reminded me of, who was it from a couple seasons ago that I picked?
You ready to pick?
Yeah.
Team Fun, right?
Yeah, they reminded me of Team Fun.
For sure.
But hopefully they prove me right, but not by winning, because I got the bearded volleyball players.
Exactly.
But you're dating, so you're gonna butt heads and
put the relationship to the test. We'll see what happens. But
like I said before, what's with all these smart people? So they better have. It seems like they might be going in the direction of more puzzles.
Sure. We'll see.
Season, but we'll see.
I immediately saw them. I said, "Oh, that's Christian and Gabby from Survivor. Christian Hubicki and Gabby." And
Okay.
Gabby, excuse me.
Makes sense.
I mean, they both. Not that they look that much alike, but if you squint hard enough, she kind of looks like Gabby. He kind of looks like a bearded Christian. So I don't know. I kind of got that vibe a little bit for sure. And obviously, with the success of Christian and Gabby on that season, I can see why they went back to the well on that for sure. Next, let's go with the sisters.
Sisters, Michelle and Victoria. Michelle Newland, 34, from Lafayette, Louisiana, luxury automotive sales.
Okay.
And Victoria, Vic Newland, physician, auditor, consultant, and educator at ACS Medical Business Solutions. I get better vibes from this team of sisters than the blondes.
Indeed.
So I think they'll do well.
I got a better vibe as well. I can see them having the physical ability, and then the brains as well for sure. There's been 3 teams that have won the Amazing Race that are all women in the history of the show, and now this is the 32nd season. I see them being formidable. I don't quite see them winning, but they definitely, again, one's the salesperson, one's the brain. One's the outspoken, aggressive one, and the other one's the brain. So I think I think together they could be a good team. They could complement each other pretty well. We'll see. I'm not again necessarily sold for sure, but they think they could do. I think they have what it takes to do decently well. And is there one more? I think there's one more.
Yeah,
right?
there's one more.
One more team. Yep, it is.
Former Olympic hurlers Kelly and Levine.
Okay, and they are.
And we have Kelly Wells Brinkley, 38, from Richmond, Virginia. On-air personality, public speaker, strategic partnership manager for a tech company.
Okay.
And Levine Idlet, 34, from Hampton, Virginia, real estate impact investor and fund manager, mortgage broker.
Okay.
So, I think I was hoping I thought they'd do well until just that age hurt them. 38 and 34.
Are they both moms? I'm not sure. I feel like they are. I really don't know. I didn't see anything on there that said either way, but I didn't see, but I feel like
not from what I see.
Something about having children, but I don't know.
I've traveled to so many continents and countries before having children, so maybe
I don't know. I feel like I saw somewhere that they were just the moms and friends, but again, I could be making that up. I feel like the moms never do well on any reality TV. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. I don't think they really do well in any reality TV. It is what it is. I could see them doing well. They are definitely physically fit, no doubt. They're also a little bit older, and so they seem like they are aggressive and they are in good shape and all those things. They have to have some brain to be able to do what they're doing. So I do feel like they have a lot going for them. Again, I think it could be the age thing.
It was the age thing for me. I mean, former Olympic hurdlers, you gotta at least be physically fit and do something right. But
and I'm sure obviously they're retired now and everything. But I know again, I think they're doing fine. I think they could be good shape. But they kind of give me the ability with 3 fields. Like I got off the couch and went out and did it, but obviously they have been doing it for a long time because they're physical athletes. So I don't know. Well, I would like to know how long ago they were Olympic athletes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's all I really have on them. Anything else on them?
Nope.
Okay, so you have your winner pick in. Your winner pick is.
I have my winner pick. The pro volleyball players Riley and Madison.
Yep. Riley and Madison. I heard pro volleyball players like Riley and Madison. Like, those must be girls. No, they're guys. Both have kind of girly names, but that's fine. I'm so torn. I'm really, really torn. Obviously, I feel good about your winner pick. I think you got the last 2 Survivor ones right too, so screw you.
Thank you. I missed that on your finale.
Yeah. I was too angry to say it.
You could have.
I know. There's some people who jumped out at me. The nerds, I think, will be great.
Nerds are my dark horse pick. For
sure. I think they can be really good. I just don't see them finishing it. One more thing I'll say before I make one winner pick too. Kind of how they did casting. It seems there's been a change in the casting director a few years ago. I feel like they've kind of gone down that road a little bit, which I don't like. Of check this box, check this box, check this box, check this box. Like, for example, Karishma from season 39. I like her. I thought she was gonna be awesome, but she wasn't. She just wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
She had a ton of potential, but just never came forward. I like that they're trying different types of people. I think the best seasons of Survivor, best seasons of Amazing Race are people who are very unique. We have an Indian couple, an Asian couple, a couple African American couples, nerds, sisters, the model types, and the friends, so all the boxes, former athletes, all that stuff. The LGBTQ, couple, all that stuff. They hit every box, and that's great. And if this is an awesome season, with an awesome cast, great. But personally, I'd rather see the best cast. Period. Don't be. We have to have a diverse cast. I don't care if it's all minorities. I don't care if it's all white people. I don't care if it's all Asians. I don't care if it's all the LGBTQ. I don't care about any of that. If they're the best people, the best people. I don't think we need the boxes. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but I feel like if we don't need to have only one minority group, only one gay group, only one of the give us the best people. Because I feel like when they're the only one of that group, they feel like they have to act a certain way, and they can't be themselves, and they can't win the game, right? How many times has a person of the LGBT community won Survivor? How many times have they won? 2, as far as I know. Mm. Only one African American woman has won Survivor ever. 1 in season 4.
Wow. Okay,
yeah, 1 in season 4. Because when you're cast as the only one of your group, you have to act a certain way, and you can't do what's best for your game. Because you a lot of times you feel you have to represent your community, and that's not fair to you, right? So I feel like if you have the best cast, and it doesn't matter what they have to fit into a certain box, just let the best people play the game, and then the best person win. And again, maybe you'll have more diversity, maybe you'll have less diversity, but instead of trying to cast for a certain type, like the worst seasons of Survivor are the ones who when they're casting, well, we have to have this type of person, that type of person, that. Just cast the best people and let it fall where it may. Like Brains vs. Beauty vs. Brawn, Tony's first season. They didn't cast Brains vs. Beauty vs. Brawn. They just casted 18 quality people, And then they said, well, they kind of had these characteristics, and they kind of cast them. They kind of put them in tribes that way, but they didn't cast looking for that. You look at the second San Juan del Sur, which was fine. The second Blood vs. Water, like we need Blood vs. Water seasons. We need father daughter. We need mother son. Just put the best people on the show, and it'll work itself out. If you cast good people, it'll work itself out. You don't need to cast towards the twist. You need to cast in different boxes. I'm glad there's diversity. I like it, as long as it's a good cast. If they're good quality candidates, good people, and then they dominate, awesome. That'd be cool. But instead of putting somebody on the show just to make them feel they have to represent their community or to act a certain way to fill a certain character type, don't cast a character type. Cast the best people, and the best people will carry the day. That's how I feel. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm an idiot, and tell me if that's the case.
No, I agree.
And I'm sure the people in the comments will have plenty to say about that. But I think, and I don't think I'm not saying you should only cast. I'm not saying only cast minorities. I'm not saying only cast white people. Only cast any of that. Just cast the best people, and then if they happen to be those things, awesome. That's even better. But don't make them. Don't put them in a box. Because then they are limited to what they can do because they're supposed to fill an archetype. That's not fair. So that's all I'm saying. I like Alana and Leo. I was leaning towards picking them. I just don't think they'll physically hold up. Eswar and Parma, I really like them as well. I think they have physical ability and they're smart. Again, sibling rivalry kind of scares me a little bit.
They're gonna be like the cousins from
Leo
last
Jamal.
season, or
I can see it for sure.
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, Leo and Jamal, I can see it for sure. Hung and Chi, again, I like them. I could see them doing well. I don't know where to go on that.
The older parent factor.
Yeah, for sure. Where's Wally? I like him a lot. I see them doing well. It's been his dream to be on a reality TV show, so good for him. I'm happy for him. I'm definitely going to be pulling for him. I have to, just because that's just who I am. I'm going to go with the professional athletes as my winner pick, Gary and D'Angelo. They probably won't do well. They probably won't win, but they're really fun to watch. So I'm going to go with...
I'm rooting for them too as athletes, but I just don't think they're going to win.
And I always put the curse on whoever I pick anyway, so whatever. And I've always, look at Survivor, look at, the last couple seasons, Amazing Race. Amazing Race, I picked who I wanted to win. That was stupid. I should have picked them. But I always try to think strategically. Ooh, who do you think is going to have the moves? How do I know? Right? So instead of me trying to pick who I think is going to be the best player, I should pick who I want to see. Who'll be fun. Who'll be fun to watch. Entertaining.
Just don't finish last.
Our
teams on the first leg.
Yeah. So we'll see. They may be in terrible direction. They may be out of physical shape. I don't know. I don't see them dancing. I don't see them doing anything like that. But they'll be entertaining. So why not? We'll go with Gary and D'Angelo as my winner pick. Any other thoughts?
Nope.
How do you feel?
Good.
So the first episode of the season is on Wednesday. Is that the 14th?
14th, 9 o'clock, right after Big Brother.
Cool. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I know you're excited. Looking forward to it. I'll have you on the show as much as possible, even if you have to just call in or get an audio clip from me or whatever we gotta do, or just
we'll figure it out. We always do.
We always do. Have you on the show as much as possible and go from there. But be sure to subscribe to get all of our content, Amazing Race and otherwise. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Yo Grabba Gabba, and Facebook.com/Papermill Productions, email show papermillproductions@gmail.com. Share the post, tell friends who are fans of the Amazing Race. 9 p.m. on Wednesday. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Again, any other shows you want to talk about, let us know. Jessica will be back, hopefully, with the Masked Singer show coming up soon, next few days, weeks, to get everything caught up and back on normal schedule. Until then, anything else will be back?
Nope.
All right, great. Well,
enjoy this season out there, everybody. Stay safe.
Indeed, stay safe. And also, until next time, safe travels.